Now that we have a scene with material and lighting, we need to make it explorable in VR. This tutorial will cover creating collidable meshes and adding the VR camera. The first step is to make our floor collidable so that the user does not just fall through the floor. To do this, select your floor, and we're going to go to the Details panel and click on the magnifying glass next to the static mesh to find the resource in the content browser. Next, double-click to open the static mesh. This is the static mesh editor window. From here, we'll go to the top menu and select Collision, then add a box simplified collision. You should see a green outline appear around your floor. This is the collision bounds. For more detailed geometry, other types of collision bounds may be necessary. You can explore the different types of collision bounds in the Collision Bounds menu to find one that works for you. Then we will save and close the floor window. The final thing to check with the floor is that it can be walked on. To do this, select the floor, then in the Details panel, scroll down to Collisions. Then make sure that Can Character Step Up On is set to Yes. Now let's add the VR camera. It can be found in Virtual Reality Blueprint, Blueprints, and it is called Motion Controller Pawn. Drag and drop this into the scene. We want it to be flush with the floor as shown. It should snap to the floor. Because the HTC Vive and other headsets can sense your height, we want to set the camera so that it is on the floor as if the headset is laying on the floor. Next, we need to tell the camera that when we press play, we want to control this camera. To do this, select the camera, and in the Details menu, scroll down to the Pawn section. And we want to make sure that Auto Possess Player is set to Player 0. Now we need to add in a nav mesh bounds. This will define how far users can explore and move. These are great for creating controlled movement through spaces. To add a nav mesh bounds, we're going to select Volumes on the left-hand side, and then select Nav Mesh Bounds. Drag it into the scene and scale it to match the boundaries of the area you wish to be explorable. Two things to note are that you must have a nav mesh bounds in order to move, and that the player can only move on surfaces that have been made collidable, in this case, our floor. Now we need to build the navigation. This lets the computer calculate where is traversable and where is not. Click the arrow next to Build, and then click Build Paths. This should be very quick. We should now be able to move around in virtual reality. If you have a VR headset connected to your computer, you can click the arrow next to the play button and select VR Preview. This will open a separate window in which you can test out the experience. The last step is to package the whole project as an executable file that can be run without Unreal Engine and more easily transferred between computers. This will be covered in the next tutorial.